The devil are we? So we're looking at the second part of weird noises that happen probably in the woods. All weird noises seem to happen in the woods. Let's have a look.
It's April 2020 in the woods near Scranton, Pennsylvania. Chase Floyd, a science teacher, is investigating mysterious howling and whooping noises that he started hearing the night before. Chase continues to record as he explores the area. He now suspects the noises he's hearing were made by a Sasquatch. Let's take a closer listen.
That's a dog. I'll say it now. I think on the last segment, right? Last segment, I'm not pointing anywhere. The last video I did, there were basically a couple of hoaxes where one of them, I think, was a dog, and the clip apparently was a sort of elongated and the tone messed with, so it sounded a lot worse than it was. That sounds like a dog. It really does.
It sounds like a strange whooping noise. As Chase seemingly moves closer to the source of the sounds, his breathing gets faster and more labored, but he forges on anyway.
Sounds like me walking upstairs, to be honest.
Right now, I'm starting to get lightheaded. I really don't feel
Definitely sounds like me walking upstairs.
good right now.
As I kept going, I started feeling nauseous. I got to a point where I was like, I just kind of want to get out of here and lay down. So I've done some research on unusual animal sounds. So a lot of like canines make weird noises, but nothing that would make the sounds that are in the video. At least not that I know of in Pennsylvania.
Once Chase shares the video, it racks up over 600,000 views.
Hence the reason why.
Field researcher Ken Gerhardt says the animal sounds recorded by Chase are all too familiar.
I've actually
It definitely sounds like a Sasquatch.
heard similar vocalizations, and these are definitely attributed to the Bigfoot phenomenon.
What's more, Gerhardt
That's definitely not a real clip.
thinks Chase may be
Well, that was like a baby angel or something behind him, though. I didn't realise he was holding a bone.
experiencing omoing, a phenomena first described in Native American folklore dating back 2 centuries. Omoing is said to be an overwhelming energy
It was that popular that they made a song out of it. Umma-winga, wumma-winga, wumma-winga, wumma-winga.
experienced in close proximity of a Sasquatch. It manifests itself in a variety of symptoms, including temporary paralysis.
I feel good.
So omawing is described as a type of infrasound. The theory behind predators utilizing this infrasound is that it is a way to disrupt, confuse, or disorient their prey animals.
If Bigfoot actually exists, then omoing may be a predatory mechanism, or maybe it's a defense mechanism like a skunk's odor. So there are really 2 questions here, folks. First, what made these sounds? And second, is there anything to this theory of omoing?
No. Let's not hear what our experts think. Just ask me. No. I don't know. There may be. Maybe there are.
Soundscape ecology.
I'll say it now because everyone's probably whoever sees me reacting to Bigfoot, and they do Bigfoot quite a lot on Proofers out there. I want it to be real. I do. I want to believe. Absolutely. It's just there's no evidence to say that it's real.
Geologist Ben Gottesman breaks down the sound waves.
In order to find out
I suppose you could say the same thing for UFOs, to be honest.
what these alleged sounds are, let's compare them to some of the mammals in Pennsylvania.
Gottesman starts with elk, which are known to produce bugle calls like this.
It really isn't a match. The frequency range doesn't match up. The harmonic characteristics don't match up. Up next, we have coyotes.
You could go through the entire animal kingdom, to be fair, and I don't think you'll ever get a match because it sounds edited to me.
The frequency range is much higher, at around 650 hertz. That's barely at the upper range of the alleged whoop.
Gottesman is unable to make any match, but Professor of Biology Floyd Hayes says that infrasound is for real, and while humans can't hear it, they can feel it. In fact, scientists believe tigers can produce a roar under 20 hertz below the human hearing range. That has the power to stun or paralyze an animal. Also, the lower the frequency, the farther the sound can travel.
Didn't know that.
Infrasound is something that several large species of animals can produce, and some human vocalists are supposedly capable of producing infrasound.
But Hayes has a bone to pick with the idea that Chase is suffering from wing or any sort of infrasound attack. His behavior just doesn't make sense.
He's not feeling well. He doesn't leave the area and he doesn't go to relax somewhere. He still stays there and talks.
I mean, he's hiking through the woods. He might be got low on blood sugar. He might, he's probably a little bit knackered. He might be dehydrated. I just wouldn't say immediately that it's infrasound by a Sasquatch.
After further analysis, Dr. Gottesman says that the sounds recorded by Chase Floyd resemble another set of alleged Bigfoot recordings he's analyzed for us in the past.
When I was listening to the alleged sounds, I couldn't help but think back to Ron Moorhead's Sierra sounds.
He's referring to Ron Moorhead's 1970s recordings known as the Sierra Sounds, which many consider genuine Bigfoot calls.
Are they not the exact same sound, maybe?
On top, we have audio.
Like, as he actually just used the clip from the 1970s and edited the video.
Audio from Ron Moorhead's Sierra Sounds. I'm just gonna play this series of 3 whoops, and notice how the third one has a special flourish. And now, and if I ran a cross correlation on these sounds, they would be upwards of 99% similar. It's the same sound. Down to the tape recording artifact present in the Moorhead tape. This video is a hoax.
I've made my feelings clear on hoaxes. I just think people have got too much time in their hands and they'll put shit out there. And it's not even like, oh, can I do something like this? Like technical project at uni or school where you go, can I edit a video to make it, like create something for art or for a science project or something? It's to do it for clicks and likes. And I can't stand fake shit out there.
So while we can't rule out the possibility that wing is real and terrifying, it wasn't the cause of Mr. Floyd's...
The guy's in the video. So he's done an interview saying, oh, look, like the video...
symptoms. Our verdict, this is a hoax. These sounds are a copy of the alleged Bigfoot recordings made in the early 1970s. February 2015. At first glance, it looks like a totally overcast day in Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. But turn up the volume, and it sounds like anything but. Musician Axel Samano is visiting a friend when she notices the eerie atmospheric noises and aims her lens to search for the source, but with no luck.
Needs to clean it.
The sound
There's the source of the sound right there. That red wavy line in the sky.
resembles a metallic moaning of some sort. It lasts for approximately
It's atmospheric.
8 seconds and reaches a slight crescendo halfway through, almost as if something is crying out in pain.
The sound was like metal bending. When I realized that sound was coming from the sky, I really got scared because I didn't know what it was.
Catholic miracle researcher Michael O'Neill reminds.
Here we go. They've done this to death on different videos where it's like an industrial sound coming from somewhere else, but it's bouncing off the atmosphere or something, and so high atmospheric. I'm tired today. I can't remember, but been done to death. But so why they go to, the Catholic religious experts to say trumpets in the sky are impending doom or something like that.
Says that strange sounds from the sky are often read as signs of pending apocalypse. But so far, the world hasn't ended.
It will soon. Atlas 3i. Keep seeing all the fake shit on the internet about Atlas 3i. Apparently it's slowed down, it's sped up, it's changed course, it's got nuclear propulsion signatures. It's got a tail, it's not got a tail, it's transmitting messages to Earth. Christ on a bike. If you can imagine it, someone's put it out there as a video.
Human history, there have been these reports of booming sounds or large screeching sounds or this moaning sound as we hear in Mexico. This is nothing new. People have
I can't hear moaning.
experienced and reported this in countries
Apart from me, obviously.
all over the world for centuries.
Others wonder if this mysterious sound could be somehow tied to the legend of La Llorona, or the Weeping Woman. For centuries, Mexican children have been raised to fear the wailing woman whose spirit is trapped on Earth, mourning two children she drowned.
I think every man fears a wailing woman, to be honest.
In a fit of jealous rage.
Sorry to all the ladies out there.
There have even been reports of strange encounters with La Llorona amongst Spanish speakers all over the world. Some of the strange sounds we've investigated before could be explained. This one turned out to be squeaky truck brakes. And this was a guy in Jersey with a homemade air cannon. So does...
What a twat. I remember that one. He had a homemade cannon. His neighbours must have loved him. Yeah, but he loved it, setting fire to that thing every 5 minutes, but neighbours must have thought, what an absolute bellend.
Does this moaning noise above Nuevo Laredo have a common sense explanation? Or will it remain an unexplained mystery?
We ask our experts.
Let's listen to our experts.
They're going to go to some sort of religious sort of expert now to say, is it the trumpets of the damned, you know, signing an impending apocalypse? Are they going to go to some sort of, I don't know, cryptid expert to say, is it something like some monster from the deep?
First, we bring the video to Professor of Atmospheric Sciences, Dr. Deanna Hens, to determine if the sound could be
sensible,
which is the sound produced by a strong wind as it passes over or through a fixed object. This singing, ringing tree sculpture in Lancashire, England was designed with this concept in mind.
I had some questions as to whether or not this could be the wind interacting with a particular structure or something nearby that would result in this particular sound.
It's loud though, isn't it? It really is loud.
But the wind speeds were not very high, about 15 miles per hour. So unless that wind happened to be hitting the resonant harmonic frequency of an object that would cause that to happen, that doesn't really explain what's going on very readily either.
Meteorology doesn't seem to hold the answer here, so we bring the footage to our soundscape ecologist, Dr. Ben Gottesman.
When I heard this mysterious Mexican moan sound, I went...
Moan? I can't hear any moaning whatsoever. Again, apart from me.
Digging, and came across this one from Allen, Texas, from 2012.
When Dr. Gottesman compares the recordings, the similarity to the mysterious sound that caused the sensation in Texas 3 years earlier is undeniable.
Another fake.
Here's our sound. As you see, 5 events. Now let's look at this other video captured in Texas. Again, we see these 5 events exactly the same, which leads me to believe that there's some sort of editing going on here. And so we can say that it's likely that whoever made this video used the audio in the Allen, Texas video.
So, our verdict. Based on Dr. Gottesman's analysis, we're calling this a hoax. This is most likely just a pre-recorded sound found by somebody on the internet and repurposed to create an online sensation. The moaning has less to do with a cry for help and more to do with a cry for attention.
I'm glad he said that at the end, because I absolutely agree. 2 fakes, again, right? The last video I did about noises were, again, fakes, right? What gets me, though, is you create a video, you put the clip out there, and then it goes viral. A lot of people watch it. You go, great, I've got my attention. I've got 5 minutes of fame. you know, you can slink back off now and work on some other fake that you're going to be putting out there. Or go out and get a job, just do something productive. But then, to come out and do an interview, to say, oh, I was looking at the night sky and I was like, oh, what's that sound? Or, oh, I was in the woods and I was feeling a bit, I was under the weather and I kept hearing a Sasquatch in the distance. And then for it to come out and go, yeah, it's fake. It's like, you must look like a 24-carat prat. Not even a prat, twat, basically. I couldn't do it. I couldn't show my face after knowing that I'd faked it. And then do an interview to double down on it. And then they get called out. It's like, I'd like to do another interview with them afterwards and say, well, we've obviously proven that you've bullshitted and created a fake. What do you say to that? And just see if they go, oh, you got me, it was a joke. Or whether they just go, oh, I don't know what you mean. No, it was genuine, honest. Ugh, dickheads. Anyway, rant over. I hope you have a good one. I will see you on the next one. Cheers.